This is a buffalo move, the 29th of May 2014. And we're just going to have a look at some of the technicalities of mob grazing 200 odd buffalo. So this is a small paddock, and this is, as you can see, what I think of as being one post's worth as their water, and they've been on this for 6 or 7 hours, something like that. And so I'd say, I don't know quite what we're talking pounds to the acre or cow days or any of that sort of thing, but I think this is roughly 50-50 coverage, 50-50 buffalo, 50-50 open ground, so that should give a fairly good rate of trampling. And they're going into sort of waist-high cocksfoot with clover underneath, and maybe some ryegrass and timothy. And we're using them to smash this hawksbeard problem, which we've got a bit of an overabundance of yellow hawksbeard. You can see flowering there, and so we're putting them on quite tight to try and destroy that before it seeds. Although at this time of year, with this height of grass, I think it's important to put them on fairly tight to get the maximum humus going back into the soil. There's little 816, particularly friendly little thing, although not so strokeable now as his head is covered in shit. Oh dear. Right, so I think the camera work's going to get a bit dodgy here. So we just wait for them to accumulate. We'll get stacked up against the fence. If we wanted to, this would be a good time to overseed, and we could walk up and down in front of them scattering seed, and they trample it in for us. But I think we're just about ready to do a move. He's enthusiastic anyway. Yeah, his 750, he's a nice one. Right, so here we have the easy release fencing knot clipped on there with a loop, so it can't run back down the fence. And then I should be able to undo this one-handed. There's a sort of a granny knot over the top of a bow. Pull that, ping, it all comes off. And then, usually if I've got two hands available, I'm going to try and do it by gathering it up overhand like this. And then we hold the fence fairly tight, still, because there's always some idiot calves who try and walk straight through it. And then they just file past on the inside of me there. Getting a bit close. Lots of familiar faces going by. Very nice. And they cascade out into a paddock which is exactly the same size, so this is going to be another 6 hours or so with a good rate of trampling. There's always a few stragglers at the back. I don't know what her problem is. She thinks she's going to hop straight over the wire, so we can give it a twitch, and that should get her moving. Here's a real slow coach, old Dolly. She's always at the back somewhere. This is massive 111. She's big, but she's not bright. And there's the last one. So they've all spread out to feed. They generally go and explore every corner of their territory immediately to see how big they are, see how big it is. And they've already flattened this bit on the way in, as you can see. This is the bit they came off of. And that brown up there, that's not mud from trampling because it's been dry for a couple of days. That's shit where they've been sitting in the afternoon, and it looks like a slurry spread has been over it. So although there might be considerable destruction of the grass, the nutrients going in should allow it to bounce back pretty well.